Hi, everybody. I think it's episode 7, right? Hanging with Ro, episode 7. I opened it up this morning, but now I can't remember. That was like 10 minutes ago. So, welcome to the morning edition of Hanging with Ro. I'm not awake yet. I'm only on my second cup of coffee. And I'm sitting at my computer instead of on the couch with my wireless keyboard reading Twitter, which I normally do in the mornings. But it's a special episode today because my dear friend Morgan on Twitter was listening to the last episode yesterday, and she said that she had ideas, but that I had to do a recording when she wasn't at school. And today she's not at school, which, Morgan, I don't understand why you have today off, because everybody had yesterday off for the presidents, but what's today, like the day after President's Day holiday? Like, I don't get it. It's kind of like how Canada kind of made up a holiday to like coincide with our President's Day, and they called it Family Day. Like, okay, there's just days for everything. But so I think this is going to be a lot of baseball on this podcast, but I think even if you're not a baseball fan, you'd still enjoy it, because I'm going to be talking a lot about some really cool stuff that happened to a lot of people this weekend, as well as getting to Morgan's ideas. And Morgan doesn't know this, but my computer's going to read her latest blog post, because she has some really good points on her latest blog post to discuss. So she doesn't know that, but her latest post is going to be featured on this episode, because she was also asking me yesterday, like, how do you understand your computer when it talks that fast? So she can hear her blog the way Alex reads it. But I have to wake up a little bit first. Let's talk about something that's going to get me woken up. Saturday. Today is Tuesday. Yesterday was very, very, very stressful. And those of you who follow me on Twitter know what. It's fine now. But it was stressful. I'm not going to go into details. It's just been a stressful year. Everybody, lots of my friends are having problems. It's just icky. Unlovely, as Carol would say. But Saturday was awesome. Saturday was the Rays Fan Fest. There's a blog post I wrote about it. It's incredible. I got to talk to Dave Wills, the radio guy, thanks to Amanda and Heather. And then I got to talk to Steve Carney, who also works for the radio. And then I got to talk to Neil Solondz, which is just exciting because he's our new pre- and post-game guy. I really liked him last year when he was doing a lot of the AAA games, and he got promoted to the majors. And so I got to talk to him, and that was awesome. And then I got to talk to Mark Topkin. Oh, Mark Topkin. He's like the god of the Tampa Bay Times, which I can't believe how easily I've transitioned into saying Tampa Bay Times and not St. Petersburg Times, which is kind of impressive. But I don't believe any Rays news until I see him tweet about it. And I got to talk to him. Amanda gave him her phone, and he talked to me. And we got to talk baseball, and I can't describe to you how amazing it was to talk baseball with someone like Mark Topkin, who's been covering baseball since the beginning of the Rays franchise, back when they had that D word in front of the Rays. Got to talk to him. It was amazing. It was amazing. And then I got to talk to Sean Rodriguez, 2 minutes after Morgan talked to him. We were back to back. It was like Morgan and I got to hang out with Amanda and Heather and talk to Sean Rodriguez, it was amazing. And we both have video of it, and maybe I could play Sean talking, because Karen and Steve got the audio for me, so I have the audio, so I'll never lose it in case YouTube ever dies, in case that SOPA thing passes and we lose YouTube. Maybe I could play that. So he talked to her, and then he talked to me, and it was awesome, and he's awesome, and it was awesome. And I was on a high all day Saturday, and most of Sunday, because after FanFest was over Saturday, everybody was tweeting about it, and all of the girls, we just kept tweeting about it, and then we tweeted about it on Sunday, and it was just amazing. And then yesterday happened, and the high went, ah! like you had a balloon and you stuck a needle in it. that's where my high from FanFest went. But maybe it'll come back a little bit today while I'm recording this and talking about baseball. I don't know. I need to drink some coffee. Hold on. Oh man. This is why I'm not active this early. And it's not even that early. And I used to be like a lot more active in the mornings. But now it just takes me forever to get moving and up. And I didn't sleep well last night and yesterday sucked. What time is it anyway? Uh-oh. Oh, it's only 8:38. Okay, I've only been out of bed for an hour. Maybe less than that. So no wonder I'm not awake yet. Oh, okay. Let me go back to Twitter and see what Morgan... I think I kind of touched on...
Your review window mentions table 1 row selected. Column 1 and 1. Morgan Fox. At Pena, I've been thinking I've got lots of ideas. Talk about Saturday when Sean called you. And talk about how excited for baseball. 8:21
Okay.
4 a.m.
Talk about Saturday when Sean called you. Duh, I did that. But I think we're still going to play the recording of him. And then talk about how excited I am for baseball. It's so hard to talk about how excited I am for baseball. It's like when I try to talk about how grateful I am that I'm sober. Like, I can't do it. It's like... How can you, when your heart is overflowing happy about something, it's so hard to put it into words. It's like, oh, see, I'm a writer. It'd be a heck of a lot easier for me to describe this if I was writing, but it's like on the fly. How can I describe how happy I am that baseball is coming? Without getting emotional, because I get emotional every time I talk about how grateful I am to the Rays, and that's why I can't talk about happiness and gratitude. No, I'm very excited. I'm over the moon. I can't wait for this season. I think it's going to be a great season. I think it's going to be a difficult season. And I talked about this with Mark Topkin because he and I are buddies now. We go way back. And I think it's going to be a difficult season because everybody expects the Rays to be good this year. It's expected. And they were expected to be good in 2009 too. And look what happened. So, but I mean, hopefully, I think they're going to do well. I think they're going to do well. But the entire American League is going to be difficult. And Morgan actually touched on that on her blog when she talked about, Albert Pujols and Prince Fielder being in the American League now. It's like, there's some bats now. Yeah, Angels, Tigers, with those two, Rangers. We're gonna get to that when I get to her blog post. But no, I'm so excited. Like, regardless, I mean, I tweeted yesterday that the Rays saved my life in 2008, and I'm having a really rough 2012. So it just follows that they'll win 2012, the World Series, right? Makes sense to me, and a fan agreed with me. So. I'm so excited. I can't wait for that escape. I can't wait for when I'm having a bad day to know that at 4 o'clock my time, for the most of the games, Dave and Andy are going to be on. And actually, starting at 3:30, Neil Solondz will be on with the pregame show. When baseball is on, there's always something that I know is right around the corner to occupy me. Like, even if the Rays are off that day, with my subscription to Game Day Audio, I can tune into whatever other game I want. So, I can't wait. I can't wait. And it'd probably be much louder and giggly and stuff about it if it were 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but it's not. I don't think anybody else has tweeted. Probably everybody that works is at work, and everybody that's like sleeping is sleeping.
Morgan Fox at Midnight we really did clog up people's Twitter pages this weekend with excitement. 8:21
yeah,
4 a.m.
We did. She tweeted that we clogged up people's Twitter feeds with excitement. We did. We should have. Oh man, we should have like counted the tweets that. Let's see, because it was primarily me, Morgan, Caitlin, Claudia, Amanda, Heather, Andrew. Who else was there? Primarily just bombing everybody's Twitter feeds with Fan Fest stuff. It was great. And Caitlin got to meet Jeremy Hellickson, and that was awesome. That was if you heard that, don't you hate it when you're at a restaurant and you're sitting in a booth and you shift and it sounds like you passed gas? That's what my chair just did. I have this back cushion thing. Anyway. Back to Caitlin. Caitlin, I'm getting silly because I'm tired and stuff. And I'm always silly. And then you add tired and woo! Tired and stressed. Yay! It's like a drug in itself. But Caitlin got to meet Jeremy Hellickson. Caitlin loves Jeremy Hellickson. Like, just loves him. And when I found out she got to meet him, I was so excited. And yesterday I got all of the details. And it's very exciting. And I don't have any Bob Marley. That would have been awesome if Bob Marley had started playing when I talked about Caitlin, because she loves him. But this is a good song. I mean, it's AC/DC. You can't go wrong with AC/DC. I think that this would be great walk-up music. I'm sure somebody uses this for walk-up music, don't they? This would be great. Oh, yeah. Okay. So blowing up people's Twitter feeds.
Morgan Fox. Sounds good to me. 82415
And there's no more.
New tweet. Edit text.
Recording.
Period. A-N, W-O, F-E, A-N, T, space, H-I-R, space, T, W-E, space,
Tweet.
F-E-A-T-E-E, slash, A-D, space, B, Y, space, O-M, P-T-E-R, question, space, apostrophe, X, I-L-L, what, space, O-O-F-Y, period. Tool, edit text, recording, anyone, there's feature read by computer, I'm silly goofy. Go, table, 1 row,
okay.
Morgan Fox.
I just tweeted that we're recording, so we'll see if we get anybody else
Edit text.
that has a topic or wants their tweet read by the computer. So I'm going to go over to Morgan's post. First, I'm going to turn the music down.
iTunes, window, iTunes 1, pause button. Next, mute, 50.0%, volume, 40.0%. 30.0%, okay. Finder, Safari, window, in the center of the roof, hanging with rope, headed level 3 length, audio, hanging with rope, episode 6.
Okay, so the last one was episode 6, so we are on episode 7.
Now in window, random post, random thoughts. NGFDSEDL, Alright. 0202012.
Here's Morgan's post.
Visited link. Random 0222012 blank. 0 comments. I've had a little break from school, and since all the pictures and pictures are recordings of camp, I'm getting really excited for baseball. I decided that I was going to do a random post about some of my random thoughts. I was thinking about some of the off-season trades and free agent signings. Some of them are more important than others. I've combined some of my favorites and some of the most interesting or shocking of the off-season.
So, in case you couldn't understand that, you probably didn't. Morgan writes that she's got a break from school, and so she decided to write down some of her random thoughts about the season because she's getting really, really excited for baseball. And I read this post this morning. She goes by bullet points, so I'm going to go read the bullet point and then talk about it because these are all really good points. I had to drink some coffee.
Quick nav on. 0 comments. Blank. View results. Blank. Blank. Share blank. Blank.
Okay, I'm not awake yet, so...
Prince Fielder. Stop interacting with HTML content.
I'm not controlling my computer correctly.
Menu of HTML content. List 4 blank. Blank. And blank. 0 comments. I've had list 5 items.
Okay.
Hold on, just going to start off with one that I'm sick of hearing about, but is really important. Albert Pujols headed to Anaheim. It's not that I don't like Albert, I'm just sick of hearing about the trade. I get that he is the king, but there were other signings that were just as important. I was personally shocked. I never thought that Albert would leave the Cardinals, but I guess you never know.
So her first point is Albert Pujols, which she says she's sick of talking about, or hearing about, and that she's shocked that he left the Cardinals, and he's actually going to Anaheim, and... did I get all your points, Morgan?
Hold on, just going to start off with one that I'm sick of hearing about, but is really important. Albert Pujols headed to Anaheim. It's not that I don't like Albert, I'm just sick of hearing about the trade.
Yeah.
I get that he is the king, but there were other signings that were just as important.
It's not that she doesn't like him and everything, she's just sick of hearing about the trade, and there were other trades that were more important. But I just love the way my computer says pool holes.
List 5 items. Hold on, just going to start off with one interact item. Go to off with one that I've spoke but it really been out. Pujols.
Can you hear that?
Pujols.
That's how my computer says Albert Pujols.
Albert Pujols.
And sometimes I catch myself talking about Albert Pujols. So if you ever hear me say Albert Pujols on one of these, you'll understand why.
Stop interacting with text. But another free agent signing that was pretty big this offseason was Prince Fielder, another first base slugger. I'm not shocked that he left Milwaukee. Milwaukee's a smaller organization. There was one thing that I'm shocked about is that he went to the Tigers. I was predicting the Marlins. I just thought that they were going to pick up every big name on the market. Yeah,
Prince Fielder going to the Tigers as the first baseman. So now, those two, so much talk in the offseason about these two, and I think they both ended up with teams that nobody expected them to end up with. I, too, really thought that one or both might end up with the Marlins because, the Marlins, what a train wreck. Or the Cubs would pick up one of them. Now I'm going to get them confused. But Pujols is the nice one, right? With the crazy wife that's upset about the move. And Prince Fielder's kind of the egotistical one, right? I think that's it. So Prince Fielder's probably going to end up just slacking. I think he's gonna, he might be one of those guys that's big and successful in a contract year just to get the big bucks and then slacks when he gets the contract. So the Tigers might be screwed, but we'll see. And then Pujols going to the Angels. I saw the Angels back in 2009 when they played the Diamondbacks here for Interleague, and I'm not sure, but I think Sean Rodriguez might have been with them at the time, but I looked him up on Baseball Reference and I couldn't tell when he left the Angels and went to the Rays. So I'm just wondering if he was with the Angels when I went to that game in 2009. I don't know. That was before I was a big baseball geek, so I don't remember. So yeah, thank goodness, hopefully Albert and Prince will just kind of fade into their teams and whatever. But I think it's really gonna make all 3 American League divisions good. And yeah, that'll be good. So let's turn next topic.
Well, as we are talking about slugging first baseman, Carlos Pena is returning to Tampa. This is something that I'm personally excited about. The Rays still had a ton of success last year, and Casey Kaufman did provide a lot for the Rays, but I think that Carlos Pena can provide a little more power for the Rays. I'm really excited to see what he can do since he's returning to his old team.
Yay, Carlos Pena! Yay! So she says, speaking of slugging first baseman, Carlos Pena is back with the Rays, and she's very excited, and I'm very excited. And she said that, Casey Kotchman did great things for the Rays last year, but Carlos can add some more power, and I completely agree with that. And not only that, we had some fun with Kotchman on Twitter with the hashtag Magic of Koch, which Taylor and Amanda will be sad that that hashtag is gone because they had some fun with me in that hashtag last season. But Carlos Pena is back. He, along with Evan Longoria, is one of the big faces of the franchise. At least it was, in 2008. And he was a big part of that team that saved my life. So I'm very, 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 very happy he's back. Plus, I love his voice, and I love his post-game interviews, which I hope they do a lot of with him, because, silky smooth, that man's voice. Love it. Did you hear Moneyball? The actor they got to play Carlos Pena sounded nothing like him, and Brian said looked nothing like him.
Well, Jose Reyes heading to the Marlins is also an interesting situation. Jose is heading to Miami to play for the Marlins. This was interesting because he is the reigning NL batting champ, and he's heading to a team that already has a very successful shortstop. It has been said that Hanley is going to go play for Yankee base, but it has still been said that Ramirez is still unsure about the move. It is going to be interesting to see what is going to happen with the shortstop position.
Jose Reyes going to the Marlins. I'm just, like I said earlier, that team is I think they're just going to implode. This is my prediction. They are just going to implode. They are just going to be, they're just going to be a spectacle. All these big names. Ozzie Guillen, running them. I don't know. I think it's going to be fun. I really do. And they might do well in the new ballpark with the excitement and the crowds. And they might, who knows, make the playoffs just on that energy, but I think it's going to be, I don't know. I think it's going to be fun to watch. And if you don't follow Logan, I can't remember his last name because he just goes by Logan Morrison. Lomo Marlins on Twitter. He is fun. So I think his Twitter account's going to be the best part of the Marlins this season.
But another free agent signing that is sad as a Twins fan is that Michael Cuddyer is heading to Colorado. Michael was a lifelong time. He learned how to play the Twins way. He was always a leader in the clubhouse and always willing to do anything that the Twins needed to win. We are going to miss him, but I'm really interested in seeing what he's going to do with the Rockies. A different team, let alone a different league. He will be changing from L to NL. Always wishing him the best of luck. Okay, so she talks about Michael Cuddyer leaving the Twins to go to the Rockies. Morgan's a big Twins fan because she's from Minnesota, so she's loyal to the home team, unlike me. And so she's very sad to see Michael Cuddyer go to the Rockies. And another guy that went to the Rockies that's leaving the American League is Jeremy Guthrie, who was a pitcher for the Orioles. And I really like Jeremy Guthrie. He's one of the few non-Rays I follow on Twitter. So I was kind of sad to see him go to the Rockies. Might have to listen to some Rockies games this season with Cuddyer and Guthrie both going there. So that's definitely sad because Cuddyer was just kind of one of those names that you associate with the American League, at least I do. And when I read the extra 2% that Jonah Carey wrote,
I had to listen to the audiobook, and Kadir was one of the names that was grossly mispronounced by the narrator. The narrator of the Extra 2% is definitely not a baseball fan. I think he said Kadir. Michael Kadir. Something like that. Oh, he just really butchered some baseball players' names. So, Morgan, so sad that for you that one of your guys left. It's kind of like the Rays and Johnny Damon, but he's being a little snarky snark guy. Oh, yeah, Johnny Damon. Kind of not sad to see you go now, buddy. True colors shining through.
End of list. Underline. I know that. That is just a few of the off-season signings that took place. Those are the most interesting to me. I'm extremely excited for the season to start because I can't wait to see how all these players produce with their new teams.
And that's how she ends it. And she has a poll at the end, which I immediately went to vote for. And then I thought, wait, if I'm going to feature this on the blog, it'll be cool to show people how I vote, how the radio buttons work and all that stuff.
Who are you looking forward to watching the most this season?
So the poll is, who are you looking forward to watching the most this season? And naturally, it's Carlos Pena for me. Like, I can't pick anybody else because he's a Ray.
Who are you most excited to watch this season? Albert Pujols, Angels, radio button 1 of 5.
So the first thing is Albert Pujols, which my computer says Pujols, Angels. And you hear...
Who are you most excited? Albert Pujols, Angels, radio button 1 of 5.
Radio button 1 of 5. So I could press that. And I'm going to go ahead and press Albert Pujols so that I can press Carlos Pena again. Because I'm goofy.
Press Albert Pujols, Angels, radio button 1 of 5.
So I pressed it and it said pressed. And so now this radio button will be selected.
Who are you most excited? Albert Pujols, Angels, selected radio button 1 of 5.
Selected radio button 1 of 5. So as it stands now, I'm voting for Albert Pujols, but I'm not.
Prince Fielder, Tigers, radio button 2 of 5.
Prince Fielder, Tigers, radio button 2 of 5.
Carlos Pena, Rays, radio button 3 of 5.
Carlos Pena, Rays, radio button 3 of 5. So we'll press that again, so we'll vote for the Rays.
Press Carlos Pena, Rays, radio button 3 of 5. Prince Fielder, Carlos Pena, Rays, selected radio button 3 of 5. Jose Reyes, Marlins, radio button 4 of 5.
Jose Reyes, Marlins.
Michael Kadir, Rockies, radio button 5 of 5.
And Michael Kadir, Rockies.
Link, vote.
Link, vote.
Safari busy.
I voted, and Safari's busy. Busy.
Press link, vote. Safari ready.
Busy.
Link, view results.
I have to press view results.
Safari busy. Jose Reyes, Marlins, Safari ready. 0%, 0 votes.
Oh.
Jose Reyes, Marlins. Carlos,
Okay.
Prince, who are underline. Who are you looking forward to watch? Thank you for voting.
Thank you for voting. You're welcome.
Albert Pujols, Angels. 0%, 0 votes.
0 votes for Albert Pujols.
Prince Fielder, Tigers. 20%, 2 votes.
Oh, 2 votes for Prince Fielder.
Carlos Pena, Rays. 60%, 6 votes.
6 votes for Carlos Pena.
Jose Reyes, Marlins. 0%, 0 votes.
0 votes for Reyes.
Michael Kadir, Rockies. 20%, 2 votes.
And 2 votes for Michael Kadir. So, the Twins fans haven't voted. Or maybe they don't want to watch Michael Kadir in the National League. Morgan has a lot of Rays fans that follow her, even though her first love is the Twins. She's also very diehard Rays, and she loves David Price as much as I love Longo. So we often daydream about meeting them.
Total votes, 1-0. Link, comments, 0.
So, that's Morgan's blog post. I think that was really awesome, and it gave me some good things to talk about in this impromptu morning. Hi, Jaden. Jaden just woke up from his morning nap after eating. Hi, buddy. And he's like, how come you're not on the couch? You're always on the couch. How come you're sitting on the chair? Come on, Jaden. Hi. He's wagging his tail into the blinds. Oh, safety dance. Hi, Dan Johnson. Great pumpkin. I downloaded this song last season because of Dan Johnson.
Total votes, 1-0.
And now he's gone.
Close window.
Isn't that going to be weird to not have Ozzie Guillen with the White Sox? Like, I just think Ozzie Guillen when I think White Sox. So I just thought Dan Johnson went to the White Sox, Ozzie Guillen, but
Now
no.
in the center of the roof, hanging with rope, heading.
Like, he's with the Marlins now.
Link, audio, hanging with rope,
weird.
episode 6. Man's in baseball, this stuff. This must. Close window. Safari busy.
Safari busy. I know there was another Twitter mention. I'm going to get to it in a minute.
Safari now in window. Tampa Bay Rays say little about Yankees claim that they conceded 2-0-1-0 out.
Okay. I haven't read this yet. I mean, I know I've read other things, but I haven't read this specific article about the Rays' response to Cashman of the Yankees saying that they conceded the 2010 championship to the Rays. I don't even think that deserves me talking about it on this thing, because I'm just going to get upset and mad and angry. But we'll read this response later. I just have this response pulled up, but I pulled it up on Twitter yesterday. I didn't want to misreading it. Because it was the Rays' response. The Rays are being cool about it.
HTML content. Close button. HTML content. Link. Login. Vertical line. Click link. Okay. Register. Heading number 1. Tampa Bay Rays say little about Yankees claim that they can. iTunes. View control. iTunes. iTunes. Mute button. Free full volume. 30.0%. Interact with slot 40.0%.
Okay, we got some Twitter mentions. Yeah.
View control.
See what you people
mentions.
want
Edit text.
me to say.
Table 1 row selected. Edit text. Click nav off. Action. Edit text. Drawer. Edit action menu. Character counter. Table 1 row selected. Morgan Fox. Morgan Fox. Rainy sounds good to me. Hey, Morgan Fox. Rainy. D. You're welcome for the entertainment. I should have went to bed earlier. I'm so overtired. Hey, 47,
Morgan's tweet. Can you hear it?
Morgan Fox. Morgan Fox. D. You're welcome for the entertainment. I should have went to bed earlier. I'm so overtired. 47, 2 a.m.
She's giggling for me so I can hear it. And she says she should have gone to bed earlier because she's so overtired.
Dave Wills. You are doing okay. Sorry you missed the show. Hey, 5 a.m.
That's perfect. We got a tweet from Dave Wills. Aww.
Morgan Fox. Dave Wills. You are doing okay. Sorry you missed the show. Hey, 5 a.m.
He says, hope you are doing okay. Sorry you missed the show. Because I had to miss... He and Andy filled in yesterday. They were on 620 WDAE for like 3 hours, and I had to miss it because there was kind of an emergency here. And so he just tweeted back that he hopes I'm okay and sorry I missed the show. What a nice guy. You know he's on the broadcast, and I have a phone call from him too.
Morgan Fox. You're welcome for the entertainment. I should have went to bed earlier. I'm so overtired. Hey, reply. Edit text.
Oh. Okay, listen to the music. That's Brian calling, and I have to take it, but I don't want you to hear it, and I don't want to stop the recording yet. Hopefully I'll be quick. Hello? Hi. Yeah. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? Okay. Do you want anything in it? Do you want anything in it? Alright, folks, I gotta end this. B's on his way home, and he needs me, so, I have to end this, cut this short, but I think we got some of the main points, and we'll try to do another one at some point, and, play Sean Rodriguez, excuse me, his side of the conversation with me, so, anyway, thanks for listening, Morgan, thanks for providing the entertainment, wish I could make this go a little longer, but family first, so, okay, bye everybody!